No, thank you very much. And I'm delighted to be here today and also to tell you a bit more about FRESH. So that's Food Reform for Sustainability and Health. And it's a joint initiative between the World Business Council for Sustainable Development and the EAT Foundation. And talking about consumer engagement, there's a new product on the shelves in a number of markets. It happens to be a Unilever product, actually. And Unilever wanted to look at food waste, so it talked to its suppliers. It discovered that 10% of a tomato harvest in Spain was being wasted because the tomatoes weren't red enough or ripe enough. So what they did, they created a new product called Red and Green. It's sort of a chutney, actually. And now the farmers can sell all their harvest, and also consumers have a new product, and it allows Unilever to engage consumers on the important issue of food loss and waste. But behind every label, there's a sustainable living plan. And behind every label of every company and organisation that's involved in FRESH are sustainable plans, which is looking to tackle food waste or food system challenges. But what we all realise is that we can't do it alone. And collaboration for impact and scale is why we've come together around FRESH. Now, there are 35 companies in this initiative throughout the value chain. And that's producers to retail, bank to insurance, communication to IT. So quite a mixed bag, really. But we all have a common purpose. And these companies range from Indonesia to Scandinavia. And together it represents a revenue of about 800 billion, 2.5 million employees, and we touch billions of consumers every day in multiple ways. And we have a shared ambition. And that shared ambition is to create healthy and enjoyable diets for all, produced responsibly, within planetary boundaries by 2030. Now, there are a number of things that we are going to do. We want to align to science-based targets, very much the 2 degrees for food. What the Lancet Commission have been talking about has really, is signalling the way for us. But we also realise that any market shift, and there's clearly going to have to be market shifts to meet that ambition, means that there are going to be winners and losers. And some companies will adapt well and others won't. Now, we believe that innovation will be sparked by the constraints of a 2 degrees for food. So that's why we're partnering with Climate Kick, and we're establishing an innovation hub that will foster innovation that shares our ambition. We also want to look at this very much from a consumer lens, from consumption to production, from fork to farm. And we'll produce a number of tools and initiatives to support dietary switches. We want to look at food loss and waste. Clearly, it's not going to be transformational, but it's about efficiency. But we want to look at it from a nutrition point of view, a nutrition loss, because not all food is equal. And it's also about how you grow food, not only just about what you grow. So we want to ensure that we're looking at the drivers of production systems and ensure that we support and advocate for production systems which share our ambition. We also want to make sure that we're anchoring what we do in the real world, in the real economy, in real countries and cities. And we need partners to do that. We certainly can't do it on our own. And we want to be, ambitious and transformational. So we're going to make sure that we partner with the World Business Council's network globally of 5,000 companies in 60 countries. And we also want to partner with the EAT Initiative and its family of programs. Now, I'm very, very aware that there's a bit of a trust deficit when it comes to businesses. And, I kind of understand that. I've been converted to business having been an NGO campaigner. But I've also heard very strongly that business solutions are very much required and that business needs to be engaged. So next year, I'm hoping that we will be able to demonstrate in FRESH that we agree that business is part of the solution and that we are delivering business solutions in partnerships with others to help tackle the food system. Thank you.